Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Let's take a look at what's in store today.
So the first season of Vanguard has ended and a new season is upon us with a new challenge ahead. Before you take part, be sure to visit the portal in Westmarch and claim your season rewards. So depending on what rank charm you got up to, you'll also gain rewards for this. Now, everyone that I've spoken to has gained the same rewards no matter what level charm they had or no matter how many charms they had. Now, personally, I didn't play much Vanguard towards the end of this season because it had become a little bit repetitive and a little bit boring. And you can see the new season doesn't actually end until the 27th of February. So I do feel like these seasons are a bit long. So when you go to the portal, you do also gain a new charm, and I did also get this piece of legendary gear. So this has some nice stats, but unfortunately no critical hit chance. It does also have one of the boss magic attributes, as you can see there, but it's not that much better than what I've been using because I have fortitude and intelligence on my current main hands, whereas this one doesn't have fortitude, although it is slightly higher. So I'm probably going to just pop that in my stash and use it for when I need a higher combat rating build, like for running the challenge rifts. So the charm that I've been given this time is Might. Now normally I use a healing charm or a defense charm, so it's going to be interesting to try this out, and I'm going to be doing this with my warband guys. So to begin with, we're going to be trying level 1 Vanguard, and for this I'm with my friends Game Zone, Ben Kai and Bookie as well. So as I already mentioned, the new season of Vanguard has a new challenge. So we need to escort the siege engine to destroy the demon heart. Now you need to protect the siege engine. It does take damage from the demons. So it's important to make sure that you and your team stay close to this while taking down those mobs. As I mentioned at the start, and as you just saw, the charm I'm using for this is a Might charm. So this is different to what I previously had in Vanguard. And the charm that I have is Valor's Cool. What this does is this increases mine, my teammates and any summons critical hit chance by 62% for 8 seconds. Now this should hopefully work with the shoulder that I'm using, as I'm using the Arcane Deputy Crystalline Shadow shoulder for Disintegrate. And this is actually a summon skill, so even though you'd think it would still be a channeling skill, when you check it on the skills menu, the change that the essence gives you actually turns it into a summon skill rather than a channeling skill. So hopefully this will help with the build that I'm using for Vanguard. So on the route to the Demon Heart, there are barricades along the way blocking your path. Now to take these down, you simply need to destroy the mobs that are in your way, and it will basically breach the bulwark and destroy it for you. Now I don't know if any of you here played the original Age of Empires game, but this siege weapon is totally giving me Age of Empires vibes, because I don't know if you remember, but whenever you built up your army, you would always have to use the army to protect your siege weapon, simply because it took a lot of damage from the enemy team. So I'm totally here for this. It totally gives me Age of Empire vibes, and I absolutely love that. This challenge just seems a little bit more fun than the previous one, even though it is a completely straight path. But yeah, super easy on level 1, as you can see, and the Demon Heart has been destroyed. Now, I did notice one thing with this new Vanguard, and when you go to use the sigil to escape, it does have a countdown where you're kind of still in game and it just says successfully escaped, and you're not actually waiting for your teammate. It just seems like a little bit of a bug or something different that's been done to Vanguard. I'm not entirely sure. But that was our first clear of level 1, and it was obviously a victory for our team as well. So we had several failed attempts of Vanguard level 3. Unfortunately, none of us were getting a high level charm drop. So the maximum level that we were getting is level 3. And unfortunately, we weren't getting enough materials from these, from salvaging them, to actually upgrade the charm to anything decent. So for this, I'm actually using the Blight Orb charm. This is what dropped for me on my second run in level 2. And this is a level 3 charm for Blight Orb. Now, it's the first time I actually used this, but it does seem to do quite a lot of nice damage. And the cooldown on it doesn't seem as slow as some of the other charms that I've previously used in Vanguard. I don't know if it's just because the actual effect of the charm lasts quite a long time compared to others, but it did seem pretty successful in dealing damage to the mobs. Now, I know a lot of people were obsessed with the Blight charms in the previous Vanguard because they do a lot of damage to the mobs, and I can kind of see why, because Blight Orb definitely did work successfully for us in this run. Now, unfortunately, the one charm that we did all want to drop was the Aegis charm, as this is what myself and Ben Kai previously used in Vanguard, and with a lot of success as well. It's probably the best defensive charm that you can get in this mode, but unfortunately we didn't have that one, and Bookie was having to take damage for us by using the alternate defense charm, which means that he was actually taking damage that we would otherwise be taking from the mobs. So it was a little bit frustrating that we weren't really getting what we needed for this mode, but we still managed to complete this second run successfully. And thankfully we did have some heal charms as well, as you can see. So after completing all of Vanguard runs, I finished with 2 rank 3 charms. So I had a rank 3 heal and a rank 3 blight orb. And those are probably the ones I'm going to stick with for this new season. If I get Aegis charm, sorry, I will probably use that as well, as long as it is a decent level. And obviously I'll keep you updated on my progress with this as well, as we now have elite modes of Vanguard and a leaderboard for this too. Now you've probably already noticed that although this is only the difficulty 2 Vanguard, we were still taking quite a lot of damage from the different mobs' attacks, which is the reason why we were unable to complete level 3 with the charms that we all had. Unfortunately, I think the highest charm we had was level 3, or someone had level 4, I believe. But that was a successful run again for Vanguard. And again, this is what I mean. There seems to be a countdown of 10 seconds once you escape. And even if everyone has pressed escape at the same time, you still end up waiting for that 10-second countdown. You can see I did earn another rank 3 or level 3 charm here for this completion. And we'll take a look at what that was now. So before we take a look at that charm, I'm actually just going to quickly salvage because I have quite a lot of materials here. So you do get quite a lot of scrap for completing Vanguard and some legendary items as well, as you can see. So the charm we gained was a healer's charm rank 3, and this is Healing Field. This conjures a healing field for 8 seconds that continuously heals all allies and their summons while they remain within it for 16,559 life per second. So that is at rank 3, and you can see I have the rank 3 blight orb and the original rank 1 might, which I'm probably not going to be using that one again. So this is a little extract from one of our Vanguard 3 attempts, and you can see it was frustratingly close as we were right next to the demon heart and at the very last barricade as well. So it was kind of frustrating that we didn't manage to complete this one. Now, I haven't given any build information in this video because I'm not 100% happy with the build that I threw together for Vanguard. I kind of rushed into it as a few of my teammates were waiting and had other things they needed to get on with. But you can see this was a failed attempt. Game zone went down and our siege weapon was taking a lot of damage from those mob attacks. So unfortunately, this one was a defeat. I'm interested to see the new elite levels of Vanguard, and I'll obviously cover this in another video once we get there. But for now, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.